Hey everybody, I am so excited to do this walkthrough of Affilimate. So this is going to be a two-parter. The first part of the walkthrough will be just genuinely how to set it up, how to use it, and then part two will be about actually how to read this data, how to apply the data, because it's a lot of data, but it's really, really important. I 3 times my income in a month by starting to use Affilimate and learning how the heck it works. It is definitely a part of an SEO strategy. It will not work on its own. It's not going to magically just gift you money. I wish it did. That would be amazing. But it's kind of as close as you can get with how cool the data is. So for this, I set up a dummy account. I just gave another email for a free trial. That way I'm not showing you everything from all my sites. So we are gonna get kind of a preview of it, but you're not seeing all my data because a girl's gotta have some secrets. She gotta have some of her own stuff, you know? So to set it up, you're going to have to start an account. Now there's a few different platforms or plans, pardon me. There's the solo creator, which is $99 a month. There's the portfolio, which is $374 a month. If you pay annually, they get a little bit cheaper. But for many of you, you're not going to be at a stage yet where you are making $1,000, $25,000 a month to begin with. You just won't be. It takes a bit to get there. Totally get it. Took me a while too. But they also have this light plan, which is only $290 for a year rather than almost $1,000 for a year. So I think this is a great place to get started. So to apply for this one, you need less than 100,000 monthly page views. Those page views are on the actual affiliate links, not on your site, which is quite nice. Then less than $10,000 a month in commissions, and it's only for one website, but otherwise you get kind of all the same stuff. So this is what I have from the free trial that I signed up for y'all. But my actual plan is one of these two. I don't actually remember which one because I don't have all of my commissions going through it. So I think I'm on this one, on the $9.90 a month. I'm pretty sure it's the solo creator. But yeah, sign up for one. Basically, it's all you need. Then when you log in, this is what it's going to look like on the back end. So I'm just going to try and move my Loom thing out of the way. There we go. So you can see it gives you a quick summary. Now it says portfolio versus the individual site. And this is because some of your links might not be attributed to a certain site yet. So it might all just show up in different places. Now I kind of ignore that section. I go more to the performance area where I can see all of the summaries of the data in one spot. But first we need to set things up. So to begin in dashboard, you're going to add your website. And the way I recommend adding it is with the code. So you can go to WordPress and you're going to get the snippets rather than using a plugin or anything like that. So on my extra site here, you go to custom scripts, which is everyone has it. It's going to be built in. And then you just add the meta name and then the script in the body tag that's going to be your Affilimate tracking codes. So you need to just install these, publish it, and then clear your cache. That's super important. If you don't do that, it might not be able to pick it up. And then you'll just put in your site and it's going to test the setup to see if it actually worked. And it says, yay, your site has been verified. And now here you can decide, how do you want your links tracked? Do you want to import them or do you want it to instantly do it for you? So you're going to be able to select these as you want. Basically, if you have cloaked links, pretty links and things like that, that's one of the reasons why I don't have all my sites set up. And some things just don't, they aren't in Affilimate yet. Then you might need to do the daily link import, but it does naturally track as much as it can. And here you can also get it to do what's called sub IDs, which is where it's going to fill in a unique traffic marker to figure out where things are coming from, which I think is pretty cool. And you can set up other things if you want to. We're not going to do that right now. I don't really think I've done that much. Oh, I didn't mean to click everything. Oh no, it's panicking. But yeah, so this is just the basic setup. That's all you're going to need to start. Then you're going to import all of your affiliate links. So you're going to scan your whole site for it to read what you already have. I've already done that because it takes a while and I did not want y'all sitting here for a million years. So if we go to scan, you can see it's already scanned my site, and it's done it every day since the day I started it and then got bored halfway through and left in the middle of the scan. It will naturally do this every day on the back end of your site, so you're not going to be like in the way of it doing this. Then in performance, this is where you're going to set up your affiliates. So you can see there's a ton of options here for different ones that you might have related to your site. Not everything exists here, and especially direct affiliate programs with things like Link Whisper or something, they're not going to be in here. They don't have a program that's big enough to connect to all of these because they're a private affiliate. But there's so many here. We've got CJ, which is going to pull anything from CJ. We've got like Impact, Get Your Guide, Viator, all sorts of stuff. Now, some are not able to automatically pull every single time. You may have to like input things yourself. So for example, Amazon, you're going to need to drag and drop a CSV file in with your stuff every single time. So I don't track things like Amazon Booking and Viator every single day because I would need to drag it in every single day. I do them once a week. Also because those are places that like it's pretty common for people to cancel things or rearrange things or whatever. So like if I did it every single day, that's just like more time for me that I need to figure it out. So yeah, wanted to definitely save myself some time here. But for most of them, you can connect them pretty easily. And you'll just follow the show instructions. Literally every time I connect something, I hit show instructions and then read the instructions because I do not remember how to do it. So like there is no shame in opening this every single time. It's what I do. The ones where I have to just download a file and then drag and drop it are pretty easy. So for example, for Amazon, you'll just like go to the same place, get your transaction report, drag and drop it here, you're done. For the ones where you have to like actually connect it, like I did here with travel payouts, it's a little bit more awkward. So that's where you're going to want to show instructions and then go through where's the publisher ID, where's all these things. And I love that they link to it so I can just click and it's immediately going to give me whatever numbers I need really quickly so I can just automatically have it connect. Now, I don't really use Amazon or travel payouts that much, so we don't have a ton of stuff to work with, but we got something for y'all to see. And that's the important thing. So right now we're in performance. I typically stay in the transaction area, and I do like to have things grouped by date so I can see how much I made every single day. Travel payouts does not turn into a number until the person actually like pays, it's booked, the experience is done, and then they've moved on, which is annoying. Fully, it's annoying, but it can be kind of nice to like look back 2 months and be like, oh look, I got a bunch of extra money that I didn't realize. So yeah, we got some weirdness happening here with what I've imported, but we got something to work with. Now, if you have multiple sites as well, you'll be able to see if you only want to see, okay, only the things that are for sure, on my Ottawa site. Or unattributed means it's just not linked to anything yet. So you can sort it that way. You can sort by date. You can also sort by the platform for the affiliate and by the specific affiliate it references, which is really nice to be able to like not just see, okay, CJ is doing well, what on CJ is doing well. And especially for those platforms with terrible analytics. Booking.com, I hate their analytics. CJ, hate their analytics. I cannot figure them out. So here I'm able to actually understand what the heck is happening. And that's really beneficial. That way you know what's actually going on with your money. And at a glance, I can quickly see what's been paid, what's pending, what got refunded or lost. And the lost is just this amount divided by the complete amount. So I'll be able to see on average, is this a better month or worse month? Was there something about the economy or a tour, or maybe even just like the way I worded something that ended up with this happening? You just want to be able to analyze all the data. Data is your friend. 100% is your friend. You can also zoom out if you want. So I could go to year to date for these and then get to see all of the year to date info on these platforms. I could zoom in to just yesterday if I want to, but usually I keep it at last 30 days. I think that's pretty good. If you're looking month to date though, you could just see, okay, how much have I made this month? Now we are on August 31st, so 30 days is still this month. So yeah, kind of didn't really work out for the example I was going to give there. But this is how you basically set up Affilimate. It does not take that much effort. It'll probably take you about an afternoon or something while you're watching some TV just to connect whatever your affiliates are. And I do really love this to be able to have affiliates that maybe I don't check that often, or something like Impact, where like currently I'm locked out of my Impact because I changed my phone number and they will not get back to me about how to fix it, because everything they send me, or did send me a month ago but have now stopped sending me, said, okay, just log in and then you can change it. And I was like, I can't log in. So yeah, that's just me ranting for a second. Now here you're going to be able to see which advertisers are doing best. And this is something we can kind of see in the graph over here. Typically things will be overlaid, so you might have like Amazon at the top and then like a little bit of blue from travel payouts at the bottom. It's just worked out weirdly that it was like individual days for the bits that I pulled. But this can help you figure out, okay, what is performing best? People always ask me like, okay, what converts best for travel? It fully depends on your site. If you have a budget travel site, you're going to convert very differently than somebody with a cruise site, than someone with a luxury travel site. Everything is so specific to your site, whether Booking or Expedia will do better for you, whether Viator or Get Your Guide will do better for you. It is all about your site and running tests. And this is a great way to at a glance see which one's converting best for you. Which one is bringing you the most money, you'll be able to tell immediately, and then you'll be able to just lean into that and do more of that thing. So this is how I was able to actually figure out what converts best for me, rather than having to just guess and be like, okay, I don't know, everyone says Booking, so I guess we're doing Booking. I got to see what is actually best for me. And for each of my sites, it's different, which I think is really fascinating. Now here you're also going to be able to see rates for the networks. We have what different platforms you have. Here's a good one where it shows kind of the breakdown of the different ones here. And it shows me which ones are doing well versus what's not doing well, all from within the different platforms. So this is kind of what that like main graph will look like if they were stacked. You can also see, like, if you have multiple sites, which ones are doing what, and this is where you can see the page views that they're getting. So this site gets about 25,000 page views a month. It says it only gets 2,500 because that's the amount of page views it actually gets on affiliate links. Then you'll be able to see your payouts. Now, I don't get that because this isn't a fully paid account yet, which is fair. But then you'll be able to see what you're supposed to be paid out and when, and if it was paid out. This is one of the only ways I keep track of this, because otherwise I would completely forget. I would be lost in the abyss. So I love that it does track that for you. Then here we have the integrations where you can set when it's going to import. So I can actually change this to whenever I want it to pull information. I think midnight's a great time. We want to have it at a time that is not super active for our site, because it's going to slow down our site for a second when it has to go in and analyze all the links and scan your site. So I don't want to do it at like noon on a Tuesday if that is my most popular time, because that's going to slow down my site for my users. I want to do it at a time that's typically more inactive for my people, so midnight's pretty good. You also want to turn on Smart Label if you want it to add those UTMs to tell you where it's coming from. If you don't, turn this off. Now you can't do it for Amazon unless you have the API. If you don't have the API, it's just not going to be able to track things and like automatically attribute stuff. So I don't have this option because I don't have the API. I don't actually even know how to get the API. It explains it in the setup. I don't think I qualify for it based on like my site stuff, because again, like Amazon, very much an afterthought for me, not something I pay attention to. But here you're going to be able to connect things and then import as you want. You can even set that maybe you don't want it to do daily, maybe you just want it to do like weekly or something. You can change that. Then activity here, you're going to be able to see what's happening with it in terms of like when it's running these and like when it's happening if something's going on. Rules is basically where you're going to be able to create like, whenever it shows this, that actually means this. So it's going to take its attempt at a sub ID and then you can convert it to a sub ID that actually matters to you. And you can export all this information. I don't, I just leave it here. Now content is really cool because you can see what pages on your site are making you the most money, what are getting you page views, clicks, and then page CTR, which is click-through rate for someone to book something. Now, I just imported 2 affiliates, so we're not getting all of the affiliates that are actually on those pages. But if I did have, let's say, travel payouts on this one, it would then show me my average RPM, not for ads, but for affiliates, which I think most people don't know is there. And I do really want to know the total earnings and the RPM. That way, like, maybe it just gets a ton of traffic, but the thing isn't worth that much, but my earnings are still amazing because it gets so much traffic. Maybe on the other hand, I get like 1 page view a month on this thing, but that converts to $1,000 sale. Then I probably want to figure out how to get more page views to it. And I think that's really helpful to be able to see all of this immediately and get a quick at-a-glance view of it. Items sold is kind of interesting too for stuff like Amazon, where we promote one thing, but anything people add to cart get counted. Same for, I don't know, if someone booked multiple hotels at the same time or booked a bunch of stuff all at once from a link that we gave them. We can actually see the total number of things that people are purchasing. So we can then average out, okay, if I promote this thing on Amazon, I might only make 10 cents. But if on average they buy 10 things and then I get $1 for each one, maybe it's more worth it. You just need to figure that out for yourself based on the data of what is beneficial for your site. You can also tag it to see like which author is earning the most. Now, my site, I am a single author site. I have ghostwriters. You can't track ghostwriters. It's actually like the user profile of the author that is linked to that post. So not as helpful for those of us with ghostwriters. I do hope one day that they might add like almost like a co-author thing or something in WordPress, and then that could work. I don't know how it would work, but it could work, I guess. Now, equally to the content, you can actually see which links are performing the best. Because just because you know a certain piece of content is making the most money, you don't necessarily know which thing in that piece is making the most money. Or maybe you have some maybe you have some links in multiple posts. Maybe you have a reusable block that like this thing is all over the place. Then we want to know what is getting clicked on the most, because that means someone's going to this page. And how much is it earning overall? That way you can figure out, okay, this one's doing really well. Where do I have it on my site? What is the language like? How can I do more of it? Maybe you were comparing 2 different rental car affiliates and you were using the same link in a reusable block across your site. You'd be able to quickly see which one is getting the most clicks, and then you could do more of that one. So very easy at a glance way to see what the heck is happening on your site. And then it's going to tell you kind of if it's changed over time. So typically it does a month on month. Obviously I just created this account like as a dummy account, so it doesn't have anything to compare it to, but it can tell you, okay, is it up or down compared to last month? Is it doing better or worse than it was before for me? So you can see, has it dropped off? Maybe it's because the rankings changed, or maybe it's just seasonal. Again, we have to actually like analyze all this data. It doesn't just present it to us on a silver platter. Now, I also like that it has Amazon link issues if you have the API, where it can actually find like broken or out of stock things. You can use this to some extent if you have the like you're importing stuff. It was able to work for me on my other account, even though I don't have the API. That being said, when things are out of stock or something, sometimes it's like a mistake, sometimes it glitches just the way anything could glitch, but it's pretty good about telling you, is this thing actually dead in the water, or is it just temporarily out of stock and we think it'll come back? And then here you can set the link scan for that. You can set the same ones over here. I basically just default to it running whenever it's gonna run and then leave it at that. Now the scan is going to scan your whole site. When you first sign up, you need to run this and then just walk away and watch some TV for a while. It takes a few hours. Or sign up, leave it, come back the next day, and it will automatically have done it overnight. Don't do what I do and then click on it and then keep clicking out of the page and then panicking and making it panic. Now, I also love the tool for the deep link generator because some of these sites are bad. So for example, like I locked myself out of Impact, I'm still able to make links while I'm locked out right now, while I sort that out, while I'm like through Affilimate. And it means I don't need to log into some of these ones that I find more challenging or annoying to log into, that I don't really want to have to go into to make this. I know a lot of people hate converting CJ links. I have the CJ Deep link generator bookmarked up here because I don't like them very much. But if you hated it even more than I do, you could come here and do it. Pretty easy, pretty quick, which I really appreciate. Then they do have a bunch of support documents over here, all about like how to run this, tips and tools. Like Monica Lent, who made this, she knows her stuff. First of all, she's a travel blogger, which is always fun to see travel bloggers succeed and make cool stuff. But also, she actually made sure that like you can use this. Everything I know how to do with this, I learned from materials on this. Sure, I emailed her a few times. Everything I emailed her about, she just sent me help documents that are on this site, because it was kind of in the earlier days and I was asking a lot of questions. I didn't understand things. But nothing she did for me wasn't here. Like it all exists here to help you. So I really do recommend going through these documents, watching the demo video. The demo video, I have a lot of people who haven't watched it. Watch it. It's so good. It's so helpful. It's so good. So watch the demo video. It goes into more detail than I did here. This was just like a cursory walkthrough to help you get started, but it'll go into more depth of like what to actually do. It's kind of going to be a summary of this video I'm doing and the next video I'm going to do about actually interpreting the data and giving some examples of like how I would use this to guide me in a post. So yeah, that's basically how Affilimate works. They do have a partner program that I recommend. Obviously, I'm going to include my link in the description, and I would really appreciate it if you use it to sign up, because I do take time to make these videos, and also I just really love this tool. Like, it was recommended to me by a friend. I kept putting it off for a bit. When I finally got it, I had it for about a month before I even opened it and looked at it, because like it was around Black Friday time and I was just too busy. They didn't do a Black Friday sale, to be clear. It was just that like I bought it around that time because I started making money off of my first Black Friday sale. But yeah, it does amazing things for your data. And I think it's really cool that it just makes it easy to see everything. So even for $290 a year, just to have this report and this base report here would be enough for me to some extent. Because like that's how much I hate having to log into all these platforms and find this information. It's really beneficial to you to be able to see what's actually working on your site, how much you're earning, and where it's coming from, which posts are doing the best. I mean, like at the beginning, I didn't know about UTMs, so I have some affiliate links floating about that I don't have markers on to know which post that's coming from. In places like CJ and Booking, it is nearly impossible to tell, even if you did include the UTM, what the heck that link is coming from. Like, it is so weird how much they hate giving us helpful data. So I love that here I'm able to learn that. And I'm able to see it really quickly. Also for me, like I track my income every single day, a la Denise Duffield-Thomas from her Get Rich Lucky Bitch book that is amazing, highly recommend to men and women alike. But I find that being able to come in here and then look at my affiliate income every single day to put into my tracker is really helpful and a lot easier than logging into like 20 different platforms to find it. Because like with all my sites, and even with the mistakes I made early on with my main site where I signed up to like every affiliate program that ever existed, I have a lot to go and track. I have to hunt down a lot of things. So this makes it a lot easier for me. Now, if unlike me, you actually like want to use some other presets, I guess, that they have for different dashboard views, I don't care as much about like most cancellations or most refunded items. I would definitely care most about highest earning links, most profitable items, most purchased items, but I do that in the links area. If you want to see them on this page, it'll basically make it look like the links area. So you can do that. It's just not really my thing. But the great thing about this is that you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. And I do find it really fun too to come down and see like what days of the week are best for you, all that. Now with travel payouts, you'll remember I said that like it doesn't tell you how much you made yet. It gives you an idea here. I wish that they would make it better and they would like put a commission. With Amazon, they do actually give you the amount, so you'll be able to track it a bit better, which is really great. So yeah, I hope this helped you and that you're inspired to start with Affilimate now. But if you want some more details, I am going to have another video coming out soon about how to actually interpret the data for a specific post. So I hope to see you there. Please like and subscribe if you would like more videos like this.